I have been consisting on a diet of only Netflix rom-coms in anticipation for this day. Hi, welcome, come on in. My name is Aoife and today I am taking you through my TBR for Holiday RomComAthon. Holiday RomComAthon is starting tomorrow, Sunday the 8th of December, and I am so excited to put together my dream Hallmark movie for the holidays. I absolutely love sitting down with a coffee or with any other kind of a warm drink and just cozying up by the fire, putting a blanket around me and getting sucked into a rom-com, whether that is by a book or whether that is by a TV show or a movie. I just need those kind of Christmassy vibes everywhere I go. So I figured, what was the best way to celebrate that feeling than to make it an entire week-long celebration where all that we're going to be doing is putting together our dream Hallmark movie for the holidays with our favorite characters, with our favorite tropes, with our favorite settings. I'm going to link the video of the announcement in the description, so everything that you need to know is going to be in there. But I have got something put together for all 4 of the prompts to see me through this week. First up is my first love interest, and for this one I'm going with Charlotte from Make the Season Bright by Ashley Herring Blake. I have specifically gone with Charlotte from this one because of the life that she's living right now. Charlotte is somebody who is building her life back together after a breakup, and she's living in New York and working as a musician. I feel like that is such an aspirational thing for so many of us. There are so many people around the world whose dream it is to live in New York, even if it's just for 6 months, or who've always wanted to make it as a musician. I have always wanted to experience New York, especially during the winter, during Christmas time. So I feel like kind of living vicariously through Charlotte, even though she is only living in New York at the start of the book and spends the rest of it in Colorado at a friend's house. I think this is just the perfect way to do that. As for the second love interest, I have gone with Leo from 8 Nights to Win Her Heart by Mary White. This is a Hanukkah-based romance, and this is following Leo and Andy. They're 2 neighbours living quite close to one another in an apartment building, and Andy is going through her first holiday season without her father. So she's pretty bereft, she's pretty kind of run down, but Leo has been noticing that her mood is starting to change a little bit. So he invites her over to his apartment where he's going to cook for her for 8 nights so that she's not feeling so alone during this holiday season. During the summer, I also read a book that was by Talia Hibbert about a neighbour who kept cooking for one of the other people in the apartment. And I thought that that was so wonderful. Cooking food for somebody else is one of my love languages. So I felt like this was a great way to kind of memorize that in the pages of a book. It was a good way to see how the other people do it and what kind of dishes that they would put together and the flavor profiles, especially when it's to do with a religion that I am not very associated with. I myself am not Jewish, but I know some of the Jewish dietary customs in that you're not allowed to mix dairy and meat, in that there are some animals that are kosher and there are some animals that are not kosher. So I'm also really interested in just learning what that's going to be about. I'm going back to Ashley Herring Blake for the setting because one of my favorite Christmas settings is just a family home. I absolutely love seeing family members coming together, maybe from all different corners of the world. Maybe they're just coming down the street to one another. But as an immigrant myself, one of my favorite things about Christmas is getting on that plane back to Ireland, being collected at the airport, coming back to my childhood bedroom, putting on my pajamas, getting in underneath the covers and putting on a TV show or reading a book to kind of drift me off to sleep. It's something that is just such a simple pleasure for me, especially when all of my other family members are back at home. They are also in the festive feeling. So this is something that I really want to cherish this year. I'm especially excited to read it because I know that this is going to be a big family vibe in this book, but it's also going to be welcoming in other people to celebrate with you. Some friends of them, some siblings. I'm so excited to see what that big vibe is going to be like. I think this is also going to be set in a small town, which is also something that I really look for in Hallmark movies. I myself grew up in a very small town where everybody knows everybody and everybody knows everybody's business. And that's not always something that is a great thing to experience, but I feel like it's written in books so realistically. Finally, my chosen trope is a kind of a 2-for-1. In Under the Mistletoe with You by Lizzie Huxley Jones, we are experiencing 2 fantastic tropes in one book. You have got forced proximity because Chris, who wanted to go back to the north of England to spend Christmas with his family, is actually stranded in his apartment in London because there's been a huge snowstorm that none of the trains are travelling through. But it's also got a celebrity romance to it, because Chris had put his apartment on Airbnb for the next couple of weeks so that he could get a little bit of income coming in, and somebody else had a bed to stay in while they were in London. That somebody else turned out to be Nash, who is a world famous actor, and Chris has been lusting after him ever since he saw him on the big screen. And I am so excited to see what is going to happen when two of my favorite tropes, a forced proximity romance and a celebrity romance, are put together in one bow for Christmas time. Those are the books that I am hopefully going to get through next week as part of Holiday RomComAthon. Have you got a book that is perfect for one of the tropes that is going to be in the readathon? And if you do, let me know what they are in the comments. But if you'd love to leave me a comment and you can't think of anything you'd like to say, then just leave me a holiday style emoji. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because I have new videos up every week. Now, get on out of here.